Well, welcome to Circle with Craig. This is where I share my experiences with a circle of people, just like you would have a psychic circle in real life. We're doing it online here today with the patrons, and I'm going to be over these sessions showing you various techniques and methods that we can connect with the spirit world. And all of this is very similar to what I do both in my real life circles, where people come and we sit together and learn to connect with the spirit world. And also what I do with my work as with mentoring, where people can do these type of sessions with me one-to-one. And also I'm going to be setting up soon also a regular circle for groups of people to come in. So you'll see all that on the website later on if you're interested in doing this sort of thing. But today we're going to be doing it with the patrons. So welcome to you all. They can't talk to me at the moment, but I'll invite you in a little bit later on as we progress with this. So what I hope to show you today is how to the beginning stages of being able to connect with the spirit. In fact, I'm going to throw you quite in deep straight away with the first meditation that we do, because I'm going to show you a meditation that opens the spiritual centers, opens the aura, opens our sensitivity, and helps to connect us with the spiritual guides, helpers, and benefactors, and angels, or whatever you want to call them, as beings of light around us through our intuition. Now, as mediums, there's various ways people will do this, but this is as I was taught, and I've developed it a little bit since I've been to India and learned more about these things. So basically what we're doing today is we're going to be opening the spiritual centers. Now, these are called the chakras, and there's a lot of nonsense written out there about them, as well as a lot of in-depth stuff. And I want to kind of keep it fairly simple regarding that. Just one moment, I've got to say something. Sorry to all you people who've got Alexas at home. Alexa, heat off.
It's off.
Good. Sorry about that. It's getting very hot in the room as I'm talking to you. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to open, first of all, the chakras. Now, these are wheels of energy in this spiritual body, as it were. We have a etheric spiritual body, and this has its counterpart with places on the physical body where there are what we call these chakra centers. Chakra actually means a wheel or a vortex. It's a spinning energy. So basically on our spinal cord, there are a number of points that are the energy centers that help the energy of the body, what we call the prana, to flow through the body. And each person is focused slightly differently on a different chakra in life, depending upon your inclination is. But when we do the spiritual work, we want to sort of enhance and increase our energy when we're sitting for spirit, and to open ourselves up, as it were, open the chakras, as we call it. Now, I don't want, when you're driving a car, you don't worry about the wheels and things like that all the time. You just get on with the act of driving. So I don't want us to get over focused on these spinning wheels of energy. But when I talk us through in the first meditation, which will take us into this idea of how we go deep, I'll ask you to raise a light, because I see it as in terms of a light, through the spinal column. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it up the spine via the chakras, and then take it through the center of the head and through the very top of the head here, as we open up the very top chakra here. I'm not even going to talk about the actual Indian names, but we have one here at the top, the crown, let's call it. So we're going to bring the light up through the spinal system, up through the top of the head, and open it. And then we're going to see a light above us, which is going to pour down through us. And this energetic form of prana is going to cleanse the body. And then we're going to fill ourselves with light, and we're going to step into the light, as it were. Now, this technique, we don't have to worry about it at the moment. I'll talk us all through it. This technique gets us into the very center of our being, as it were. And it's the place where the spirit world can communicate with us. It's a very quiet place. And what we're doing now is not really a meditation. This is what I would call sitting for spirit, because we sit, we wait in the center, and we listen, and we inwardly listen, and we see what things come to us in the silence. And I'm going to take you into that in a moment, as we take the light through the chakras. Now, the chakras, by the way, there's one at the base of the spine. They're on the spine, all of them on the spine. There's certain points where they align. So the first one will be on the spine, aligned with just below the navel. The next one will be on the spine, just in alignment with the solar plexus center. The next one will be in the center of the chest, alignment with the heart. So it'll be on the spine itself. And the one after that will be in the throat center, which again is at the back of the spine because it's running up the spinal energy. And the next one will be in the center of the forehead, which is actually the middle of the brain, but it opens like the center of the forehead. And the final one at the top of the head. So it's like a straight line that the light goes up, like a tree of life, that the energy goes up this spinal column. And we're not trying to sort of burst open the kundalini or anything. Just let the energy flow naturally. Just take where the tension goes, the energy will flow. And we're just letting it happen naturally. With all the type of things I teach, we let the body do it all naturally. We don't use forced techniques in order to make this happen. So we're going to be doing this movement of the light, movement of the energy. And then I'm going to ask you to come into a central point, a place of light where we all are connected together. And when you're watching this with me now, all the patrons that are with me live here, we'll all feel our energy connect. It's incredible how it happens. We'll feel our energy connect no matter where we are. And we'll also start to share our thoughts quite a lot. And we'll start to share the images, the pictures, and we'll find that many things that you're getting might be similar. We might all start picking up similar things. So if you need my attention, because we're on a different sort of system to Zoom, I want you to put your hand up like that, and don't be afraid to if there's something you'd like to share with us when we get to the next stage of things. So I think the best show you how to do this now then. So what I'd like you all to do now, it's going to be a closed eye meditation. So I'd like you all to relax. Close your eyes, sit comfortably. Try not to slump. If possible, keep your feet square on the ground and feel your body relax. Let go of all the stress of the day. Feel all the pressures falling away. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, think to yourself, relaxed. With every out breath, you relax. Let go all the pressures, all the stresses around the back of the neck, the face, the shoulders, all over the body where that stress comes. Let it just go. This is your time now. Your time to find deep inner peace. All the troubles of the day, they can wait and come back to those another time, but this is your time. Let it go. Feel the peace. You may notice your breath is beginning to quieten. As you feel more peaceful, it naturally slows down a little. With every out breath, you feel just a little bit more relaxed. All the pressures falling away. At ease, at peace, quietude. And now we visualize that we are floating above a sea of light. Below us, stretching in every direction, is a beautiful sea of light. Endless light in all directions. You can feel it there, see the glittering light. We take our attention down to that sea of light and we gather up some of its beautiful energy, and like a great ball of light, we pull it up now towards our body and into the base of the spine where our first chakra is. We can feel the energy there, moving and turning, slowly turning and getting faster, brightening. And like a lotus flower there, we feel a whole beautiful lotus of light. opening there at the base of our spine. Beautiful, brilliant energy. Its color given to this center is red. And now we take our attention again back down to that sea of light below. And again, we gather up some of that beautiful light. We see its radiance. We feel its incandescence as we pull it up again towards the body, into the base of the spine, and now up the spinal column into the center that is aligned with just below the navel on the spine. And we feel the light there opening up. The whole light of the spine is starting to open up. We feel it open with a beautiful orange light this time we're given to that center, and we see it as a beautiful orange lotus flower opening. Feel the energy there opening. You can feel the energy in the spine building. We go down again to that sea of light below. Gather it up. Great quantities of energy that we pull up now through the base of the spine, and we take it through the center aligned with the navel, and now we take it to the spine, place on the spine that's aligned with the solar plexus, and we feel that center opening. Beautiful yellow light is usually given to the center, and we see a brilliant yellow lotus flower opening with brilliant incandescence. Feel it shining and glittering, and feel the whole spine now is beginning to fill with light. The light is creeping into our system. We feel it opening and glowing and with its brilliance. Again, we go down to that brilliant light below us. We can see it below us. We take our attention. It's further to go now, but we go down to that sea of light below. We gather the light, great quantities of light, visualize it. Because as your mind does this, it does real things to the body. We lift up the light now. We pull it up through the base of the spine, through the navel center, through the solar plexus center. And now we take it in alignment with the center of the chest, the heart center. And again, in line with the spine, we feel the spine opening there with brilliant green colored light is given to this center. We see a brilliant green light as a great lotus opens there. You may see also in the front of the body, the lotus is open sometimes with this, but the main focus is on the spine. And we let that light open up as the light of the spine is becoming very bright, very pure. Again, we go down to that sea of light below. Gather it again. Great quantities of light that we pull up and pull it up through the base of the spine, up the spine, now taking it all the way up, right the way up the spine, taking it all through those chakras I've described, and we now take it to the top of the throat, the alignment with the top of the throat. And again, we feel the light opening. We feel a brilliant blue light there. This is the center that they say is connected with clairaudience, hearing spirit. But we feel it open, a slight tingling in the throat sometimes as that center becomes alive, awake, with a blue light, a blue lotus opens in that center. And now take your attention all the way down again to that sea of light below us. Gather the light. Pull a great quantity of light. Pull it up towards the body, up through the base of the spine and right through the center of the spinal column, right through that little narrow channel that brightens up as we take it right up the spine, all following up through the throat, and now into the center of the forehead, which is actually connected with the middle of the brain. This is the third eye. We feel that center open, usually designated with an indigo light, but we see this opening with a beautiful light, often of many thousands of colors, but see that beginning to open. Feel the third eye center, as we call it here, opening up and becoming active and becoming alive. And now we take our attention again right down to that sea of light below. Get a real focus on it. See its light, see its brilliance, see how brilliant that light is. Now gather it up. Great quantity of light, like a liquid light almost. It has real substance to it. And now we pull that light up through the base of the spine and all the way up the spinal column, taking it right up the central channel of the spinal column, right the way through all the centers, through the heart, through the throat, through the third eye. And now we take it right through the very top of the head. It goes up like a straight line through the top of the head. And as it opens like a great fan, a beautiful fan of light, a huge mandala of light as that light releases into the etheric there. We feel it opening, full of brilliant colors, like a peacock's feather opening up. Visualize ideas of opening flowers, opening doors. Open that center, feel it open up, and feel the energy now freely flowing. It freely flows from that very base right down by that sea of light. It's flowing naturally up through the spine to the top of the head. There's a natural flow that is opened like a river now. And let that just happen for a while. Just feel that beautiful energy moving through your body. And now we see above us a great sky of light, like a great sun. Brilliant light above us we see now. This is the Shiva and the Shakti, but we look to the light above and we let that light now rain down through us. It pours down through our body. It pours down through the open top of the head, pours all through the body like a liquid light, pouring out of our fingertips and pouring out of our toes. It pours all the way through us, and it washes away all negativity. It washes away all tiredness. It washes away all illness. It washes away all doubts and fears and troubles and karma even. It washes us and cleanses us. Feel the light pouring through you, out of the fingertips, out of the toes, like a liquid light, a shower of divine energy pouring through the body and out of the fingertips, out of the toes. And now we let that light now fill us. We fill our feet with light. We fill our legs with light. Filling us up, the light pours in through the top of the head. It fills our hips, our stomach. It fills the torso of the body. It fills our hands, our arms. It fills our chest, our shoulders. More light pours in and filling us like a vessel of light, like a beautiful, brilliant vessel of light, filling up the head until like a chalice we're overflowing with divine energy. The energy's pouring all over us and through us, and we can feel our true self of being a being of light. Our aura's expanded. We're beginning to feel a little bit lighter and full of joyfulness as we feel that energy fill us. And now I want you to see that you are a being of light within an infinity of light. In front of you, there is light that goes on and on forever. Behind you is infinite light that extends for all eternity. To your right and to your left, you can sense and see infinite light. Above you, the light goes on forever. Below you, there is infinite light. Infinite light, infinite peace, infinite love, infinite well-being, infinite you. And now you allow yourself to become one with that. You are a being of light floating in an infinite divine light. Now just let go into it. It's all you. Be it. And in this space, we'll stay for a little while. And this is the place where your spirit guides, people you love in the spirit, where we're all connected, where they can help you and guide you and give you thoughts. You may just want to be with the light and the energy and the peace, or you can spend some time opening yourself up to see what's given to you. And when we return in a moment, I'll ask us to share what each of us is given. Okay. I think we'll gradually come back now. So gradually, I'll ask you to gradually come back to a normal thinking. Oh, I don't know about you, but I went right off. I'm just going to pull a few of you up just to get your reactions, first of all, just how you got on. I'm going to some of those that are very familiar with me. Christina, I'm just going to ask you on in a minute. How did you do there, Christina?
Yeah, I thought it was quite similar to what I would experience when I meditate, but more vivid, more color, I think. So the chakras, are they meant to spin a certain way? Is there a way that they spin?
I'm not sure. I always see them spinning clockwise.
Yes, yeah, mine was spinning clockwise too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah.
I don't know what they say about that, but that was my. But you felt comfortable.
Yes, I did. I did. I thought it was good. I got a name. I don't know if the name Peter means anything to anybody, but I got this name.
Okay, that's
Peter,
what I'm
so,
interested in.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I was seeing horses. I kept seeing a big flow of horses. Now I don't know. Is that with you?
Could be me. Yes, yeah, that could be
I
me.
don't know. Do you keep horses, or had something to do with horses? Because I
Yes.
felt that there was somebody on the spirit that said they wanted to talk about the horses.
Yes, yeah. So I'm from a racing family. So my
Oh, right.
grandfather was a horse trainer.
I thought it could be with anybody. I just saw horses, and this would be a lady that linked with this that used to like to race them. I feel because it's more than I see a lady rather than a man.
He used to be my grandmother. Yeah.
And she was quite a character, very funny character.
Yes.
I got to say with her that she she didn't really approve of betting. I know we've got horse racing, but I get the sense she didn't approve of betting necessarily.
Probably where she lost.
Did she suffer with her chest?
Yes.
I feel like I suffer from I've got a bit of a cough today because Jane and I have had a cold. I always got coughs, yeah. But she's given me that feeling here. And she went a little bit deaf in the end too, didn't she? Because I feel as if I can't hear properly.
Could have been, yeah. Yeah.
Was there someone called May?
Yes. Yes, her sister-in-law was May. Yeah.
Because she's got May here with her too. And May and her would have also, but she would have also been interested in the horse racing.
Yes.
Yeah. And was there also an Alf or an Albert, a name?
There's an Alfie on that, yeah.
Yeah, because I just feel they're talking about Alfie, who was always lost a lot in his life. I want to say too, actually, because I feel he lost his house.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that might be somebody else.
Alfie's house was something about Alfie's house or something like that. Anyway, and it's not for me to give the readings, but you were picking up good things. Yeah.
I just got the name Peter, and I saw like a dog, and I think it was like a little sheep dog, and I don't know whether this dog was friends with like a little pig, but I could just see this. I don't know. It sounds really weird. I can see a little dog and a pig running around.
Hands up, anybody, if you understand that. Anything connected with the Peter in the spirit side, connected with the dog. Is that you putting your hand up, Sheila, or just scratching your ear? You can connect with that, Sheila.
Peter was extremely dear to me. He did have a dog. I don't know about the pig. And the dog, it was very dear to him. And he told me that as a child, when he lost the dog, he was extremely upset about it. Peter was like a father figure, so much so that he named me as his daughter in the will.
Oh, jeepers.
And I've often, by the way, they are also psychic mediums. They've both passed, husband and wife. And I often say out loud, Peter, please connect with me. I miss you so much. Please, how can you connect with me? Show me a sign. So he's very dear to me.
For that. Often we'll find that the people that have mediumistic powers when they went to spirit often act as the spirit guides. They come back and you don't stop working when you get on the other side. Okay. They still keep working. Did Peter die slowly, can I say? Because I feel as if I had a long illness with him.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
And I get a sense with him, he suffered quite a lot because of it, obviously. But I just sense because he was a man that was very much full of the joy of life, the joie de vivre,
Yes.
as it were.
Yes.
I say joie de vivre. I don't know if he spoke French. Did he? Because I'm just.
He
Why
did.
did I say
He did. Like, the minute you said joie de vivre, he learnt French at the age of 55. They bought a property in France. He loved French.
Okay, I could just see the French with him. Yeah, because he was quite fun with the French.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, but I heard that joie de vivre, joy of life, it means, doesn't it? And it very much was with him. I see with him, his eyes were very, very expressive, bright.
Yes.
Eyes, you know, I mean, you could say that about pretty much anybody, I suppose, but I just feel that was one of his features. And,
yes, correct.
He liked to drink too, didn't he?
That I don't know. I didn't see that because the times I did see him, I mean, maybe he did at one time, but I saw him when he was much older.
Okay, I think.
But I don't know.
I think it has. I see that with him in his life. Check it though. If it doesn't, if it's not, so I can be wrong. But he, I can feel a bit of a sense around him of a bit of rascal, I want to say, in a way, because I feel I would pull people's leg. I would joke a lot. I would pull jokes on people. I did not follow the common man, as it were. I did things my own way. I did it my way. People like to think that, but I feel very much with him, he would always be kind of a bit, you know, on the edge with things, you know, socially. People would say, you know, he shouldn't really be acting like that, quite, you know. Yeah, he did. He was unconventional, and because he loved him because he was unconventional and brilliantly intelligent. I have to say.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel I've not been a doctor, but I feel I could have studied up to that level.
He was really intelligent. You're absolutely right. Yeah, he was
brilliant man. And you still got something of his, I feel. And it's a small thing. I don't know. Is there something of his that you've got that's made of metal? It looks like it's silver or something. A chain, something's made of silver.
I can't think. There were certain things that should have come to me. Let's put it that way. And because of the way the will was, I didn't. And I didn't mind because all that went to his favorite charity. So some things did come to me, but other things should have, and they didn't.
Okay. Well, anyway, I mustn't be the one doing reading, so I want to bring people in. I'll join in, but so you're correct with that. Sorry. Sorry, Christina. I kind of jumped in there. I'm going to take you off the screen now, Sheila. Thank you. I'm going to also bring someone new in, actually, just to see. I'm going to bring. You can all come in at any point, actually. But Heather, if you don't mind, I'm just going to see how did you get on with the tuning in?
Well, it was beautiful. It's very similar to what, because I do a cleaning technique with heartfulness meditation, and that involves going through the limbs with the light up to the top of my head and bringing in light. So I was quite familiar with that process. Yeah, I just felt emergence, really, total connection, peace, love.
I was finding
beautiful light, purple light as I was coming through. Just, I didn't get a message from anybody. I just felt presence, connection.
Yeah. But don't you feel there's an energy link between us all when we do this? I feel when we even joining afterwards, it come after live, that energy acts as a resonance that stays there.
It's beautiful.
The more we do this, the more we'll link onto it. Circles carry an energy.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely feel
I know you've had a lot to do with circles in your time, I think.
I have.
Yeah.
No, I think it's just that feeling of not being alone, being totally connected, total presence. You're just so aware. You're just only one of a part. You're one of a part of everything. You know, that total.
People around you or anything today?
This presence. I feel presence, but I don't know that presence is source energy. Whether that source energy is everything, all spirit within. Strong sense of source, beauty, presence. I didn't feel like a particular presence of an individual today.
Okay.
I have to say, I wish I did.
You've got a bit of
Pardon?
you've got a bit of clairvoyance. I know. I can.
Yeah.
You've got quite a bit of that, and
Yeah.
um,
I think if I'd stayed longer, maybe, but I was just bathing in this beautiful energy. That's what I was doing.
Is your dad on the spirit side?
Yes, yeah.
Because I feel he works with you quite a lot when you do this type of work, because he was a very determined sort of man. I
Oh,
feel.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
couldn't you a very stubborn sort of person with him, I feel. Bloody minded.
It could be, but he was also very philosophical and very spiritual. He had that side of him.
But he has a great sort of protective feel to you, I feel.
Yes,
and
yeah.
Would it been like that when you were little? Because I got to say that you're quite a strong person now, but when you were young, you were quite sensitive child, I want to say.
Too much, yeah.
You become the opposite in life, not complete opposite, but you become much more confident in life now.
Yeah.
But it gives me the feeling that that he had to be protective to you because of your nature. And I saw the horses. We had the horses coming in with Christina, but with you, I'm going to say dogs. I want to put lots of dogs. Were there lots of dogs in the family?
No, I wish there was. My daughter had lots of dogs, which I used to interact with, but not in my home growing up.
Okay, I'm just seeing lots of dogs. This is your daughter now's got the lots of dogs, then, is it?
She did, but since she's had a baby, she's not got them now. But she did have lots of dogs.
Did she have a what's it called, like a sheepdog?
No, she had American bulldogs.
Okay, well, I'm off with that then. I'm missing. I'm seeing somebody that had a lot of dogs, and I'm seeing perhaps that's coming in a minute. Okay,
we have cats and ducks.
Yourself, Evan. I'm going to move on and get some input from others now. We'll bring you all back.
Thank you.
Actually. So thank you for pulling you in. Can I pull you in, Laurel, if that's all right? Because I know you're familiar with working on Zoom. How did you feel with the meditation? Hang on. Your mic was mute.
How's that?
That's it. Got you. How did you feel with the meditation? Were you comfortable with it?
Yes, actually. And I feel very light. I feel great. I saw a lot of like flowing purple, a lot of purple rays. And then towards the end, just before you were calling us back out, I had I want to say it was like a mountain, but it looked like it was probably a volcano about to erupt. I don't know if that's true or if it was just the light coming above again, but I kind of want to say that.
Okay, because maybe sometimes with this type of thing, the prophetic stuff comes in with all these earthquakes going on. Maybe the plate moves one way, and maybe at the other end it opens up and we get the volcanoes. Maybe there's going to be something like that. Maybe that's what you're picking up on.
Maybe.
Do you feel any spirit people around you, or feel closeness to anybody, or felt any messages for anybody else, or anything that you'd like to share?
Well, my dad just passed in December, and when I first got into running the energy, I had a thought of him, but that was it.
Okay. And he's only just gone over, you say?
Yeah, December 5th.
Yeah. And do you do healing?
Yeah, I would say so. I just don't really announce it.
Yeah, because I just sense with you, there's very strong healing energy with you. And could I say your dad could be a very sentimental sort of man? I want to say I'm getting an energy like that. He's not a loud man either. He's a gentleman that would be kind. I felt speaks well. He doesn't butt in. He doesn't argue. He tries to be fair. There's a very strong sense of fairness with him.
Yeah, he was very fair.
And I get the sense with him, he didn't know what to think about the next world. I want to say he didn't have strong beliefs of faith. He didn't have, for example, strong Christian beliefs, or he was went to the spirit feeling kind of open to the idea. Let's see. It was his attitude, I feel. And can I say he went over and he nearly went once and then came back again. It's like I've had a taste of it, as it were. It's like a near-death experience, because I feel he says, I went and I came back again and I felt all right about it. I knew it would be okay. And I shared that information.
Yeah, that would be accurate. He had a major stroke 3 weeks prior.
Prior to it.
I thought, yeah, I thought then I actually had him kind of sort of like appear to me one morning. And then my sister told me he had a stroke, and I thought for sure he was going to go then. And then he held on for a little bit longer.
And he came back again, and he kind of gave him a reassurance that he knew that something was there. He knew that that wasn't the end of it. And that's where I feel he's saying he tried to share it with you, because I don't know if that's, he tried to share it with you by coming to you, as it were, a phantom of the living, as it were, you know, because sometimes people come to you not when they're dead, but when they're still alive.
Yes.
They're in their spirit form. And why do I see birds? There was something with birds or something.
Well, my dad and I both really loved birds. So he was a big bird watcher, and I love birds.
Okay, you love the bird watching. Okay, so I just see a little bit for him. I just feel with him, he's he wants to say he loves you and he's safe and he's well, and don't worry. You'll get lots of proper strong connections with him later on through life, because I feel you see a lot of mediums and you mix in the right circles, and you're going to get lots and lots of messages from him to know he's all right.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, so I come on to someone else now. I'll let others come in. I'm interested, folks, in what you're picking up. Actually, generally, if you've picked anything up, you can put your hand up if anybody actually felt that they had a spirit around them at all, or anybody that I think they could share with us. I'm always putting you on the spot, guys. I'll let Pat in first, because I see Sheila's there as well. I'll bring Sheila in at the same time, actually. Is that okay? We're going to bring, it's quite nice to get a little group.
Okay.
Pat, what were you picking up, Pat?
Well, I didn't actually pick up a spirit, but I saw there was a blue pulsating light. Then there was a small white bright dot. Then I heard the sound of the sea. I don't know if anybody's connected with the sea. And then the oddest thing, I saw the aurora borealis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I don't know where that came from. It was quite powerful. I mean, it was, you know, like the aurora borealis, all the lights coming in, you know, and the way it dances around. It was exactly like that. The light was more golden, though, than, you know, the greens.
I think sometimes these
with
can be symbolic, but sometimes they can be from the spirit. And sometimes, because of my connection and all our mutual interest in seeing the future, because most people that would have come to this channel probably seen that type of thing from the channel. I wonder whether that's something for the future, because I was saying not long ago that I felt that we were going to get some very strong solar winds.
Oh, could be. Yes.
That would light the skies up, and I had a strong feeling about that. Except one of the newspapers picked up on it and made a big fuss about it.
Yeah. It wasn't actually the aurora, because it was the wrong colours. It was more of a golden, sort of white golden light, but it was streaming around like the aurora does, you know.
But I often find when you do this type of work, when you open up spiritually and you're opening up your chakras, so we only just sort of thrown you in, you know, so you're just going to get a mild opening here. But when you really go deep with it, you get sometimes the colours you see, for example, through the third eye in the screen of your vision, and sometimes you almost can see through the top of your head. Incredible colours. I think they can be described a bit like the aurora borealis. Yeah.
And the sheepdog that you saw, it couldn't have been my dog, could it? I'll see if I can get us to come.
Because I know you've got. No, I know that would be me if that was the case.
So she's not going to put herself on camera. Look.
Right?
Rosie, look. Come on.
Here's the arm.
There we are. Oh. Was that the one you saw?
Oh.
Rosie, yeah. She's only 9 months old. Was that the one you saw? Was that the sheepdog?
I saw that type of dog, but I felt it was in the spirit, to be honest. And I've been making it fit. I mean, that's what we've got to be careful of when we do.
Yeah. I just wondered if he was seeing my dog. That was all.
What's his name or her name?
Rosie.
Rosie. So it's
Rosie. Yeah. Okay. Short for Rosemary.
Now, I'm just going to quickly talk to Sheila again. Thanks, Joy. I'll bring it again. Sheila, I can't remember where we got to. I was asking you about did someone sense somebody around them?
Yeah, I had a series of feelings as I went through. I just knocked through them. The first thing I saw was a tree. The only way to describe it, it was like on a hill or looking out on a valley or something. And it was very dark green. It was like something Van Gogh would produce, like this. I don't know why I'm getting these images at all. And then
everybody else, because I want to pull you in and put your hand up if you understand it.
Yeah, I can't explain it. And then I got very bizarre. I got a conductor's baton, and I don't know why I'm getting this image straight after. During the time that you were telling us to meditate, I became boiling hot. I wanted to take off my cardigan, and I'm freezing now. I'm really cold, which is why I'd originally put it on. I kind of wanted to take it off because I was so hot, but I didn't want to get out of the meditation because, to be frank, I was so deep in it. And then the next image I got was a lady's eye. It was like sideways, and it had a lot of mascara or a false eyelash. It looked like something from the 50s. And I was saying, why can't I see the rest of your face? I want to see the rest of your face. And I was struggling. And of course, it wasn't appearing. As soon as I let go of it, I suddenly saw two eyes. They were very painted, dark lashes, very, very, I don't know how to describe it, like an actress. And then the last thing I saw, and I don't know, because this might be something I was picking up, Shivratri is coming up on the 18th. I was talking about it to my son earlier, but for some reason that 18th really came up, and maybe a picture of the Lord Shiva. I don't know why I was getting all those images, but
okay.
I was deeply relaxed.
You put your hand up earlier on. Are you still make sense? Christina, you got your hand like this. You put your hand up earlier, did you? I'll just pull you in a second. Did you say you found?
When I saw the tree as well. So
yeah.
You saw the tree as well.
That went through my head when you were saying that. I thought, God, yeah. It was dark, and it was when you said the hill. I thought, that's exactly. It's like a valley, and it was beautiful. It was a very positive image.
Anybody else see similar thing? Anybody else pick up on the? Because sometimes we find a collective image comes, and it's often the spirit, a circle guide that tries to communicate to us collectively. That's what I've used to find. No,
bizarre, that baton, conductor's baton. Why would I see that? It was like a long. It was like almost. Was it a conductor's baton, or would it have been a magician's kind of wand? I don't know, but it was black and long. I couldn't work out what it was. I thought, how bizarre. Why would I be seeing this?
Okay. We've not taken, it's not been taken though, is it? Does anybody understand this at all? Just put your hand up on the, I can see that. No, not been taken.
I mean, conductor, music, I don't know. And then I became boiling during the meditation. I was so hot.
Our heating was on, but it does increase your body heat a lot, I find.
Yeah,
it does. We all can do like the Tibetans when they put freezing water on them, snow on themselves, and melt the snow. Because your body. Often when you open yourself like this, your energy becomes quite extraordinary. Actually, I mean, I found you've got enormous energy, but the problem is it can drain quick as well. Because you stay open. Because after when we finished in a minute, I'm going to show you all just how to close down again.
Those eyes I was talking about, it was like pushing through. They were pushing through. I didn't want those eyes around, because I was thinking, why aren't you showing me the rest of your face? Why was it only this much? And the eyes were closed. I couldn't see the color. All I know is it was very dark eyes, I don't know what. I'm going to
invite a few others in now so that others have had a chance to sort of express themselves. So be ready, guys. I'm going to pull a few of you in. I'm going to give you a chance. Diana, would you like to say anything at all? Just pull you in. Sorry. You're on.
Yeah.
How did you feel with your meditation and things? Did you pick anything up? Feel anything unusual come to you?
It was very peaceful, and just like the other lady had said, that I did feel very connected as well. And I didn't have any specific name that popped up, but I did have the number 8 that came. I also saw a Volkswagen Beetle and someone having their hair highlighted at the hair salon. So that also came.
Also, I would say, because I'll put this all on YouTube later, anybody watching this on YouTube afterwards, put your comments, because often when we do these things, it's amazing how it sometimes something very specific like that can connect with people. Does that connect with anybody else here? Those little bits that she's given us from Diana? Yes, there we go. Let's have a look. That makes a bit of sense to you, does it, Nurhan? Hang on, I'm going to unmute you. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hang on. You're unmuting as I'm muting. There we go. Hi.
Sorry. Hi, Greg. No, I didn't see anything specific, but it's funny that she said the highlighting thing, because I literally just got my hair highlighted at the salon 2 or 3 days ago. So I don't know if it's a coincidence.
The number 8, was that what you said, Diana?
Yes, the number 8. Too.
Does that make any sense to you?
The number 8? I don't know. You know what's funny? We have a family friend who she's, well, not a family friend, our family friend's cousin. She's also clairvoyant. She lives in Uzbekistan, and she was chatting with my family, and she was giving us all these things that are about to happen. I don't know. And she told me last week, oh, in 7 days, you should be getting some news. And I was like, oh, interesting. So it's been on my mind. And today I woke up and I was like, wait, the 7 days was yesterday. Today's number 8. And
you got the news.
So I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I've been thinking about the fact that it's day 8 today. So yeah.
So this is somebody, sorry, just to get that clear, this is somebody that's clairvoyant and said today you're going to get some good news.
Yeah, apparently yesterday, because she said this 8 days ago. Yeah, she said in 7 days you should be hearing some news. So yeah, it was in the back of my mind, and today.
But Diana, what was the feeling you got when you got those things? What was the feeling?
It was actually just very random. I was just kind of extremely tuned in, and it was just these images that kind of popped in, and I just kind of let it go through.
Oh, we lost you.
Oh no.
Lost you. Oh well. Yeah, you're still here. We lost your connection then. We couldn't hear what you said at the end there, Diana.
Oh yeah, no, I just said that it was just very random, but I tried to jot it down so I wouldn't forget it, and yeah, it was just very random, just popped up.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for that, Diana. I'm going to take you off and bring some of the others in briefly. I think also, Nurhan, I get the sense with you. You're not thinking about changing your residence, are you?
I am desperately, actually.
Yeah, I just get the sense with you that you're thinking about changing home or moving or doing some changing your residence, and it's a difficult one to do because you're quite settled where you are and everything's fine. It's not like there's anything wrong, and not like I've got bad neighbors or anything like that, or something's upsetting me. But you've been waiting on something with a small amount of money, regular. I feel it might be like an increase in wages or something. I just need that little bit. I haven't got quite enough, is my feeling, with what I plan to do. But you're hoping to live near, like the lady said, Diana said, was talking about, or so earlier on, I saw trees and things. You're hoping to live by trees and water, because I feel that you're trying to move to somewhere that has trees and water. And you ultimately want to set your own business up too.
Yes.
And there's a business set up with it at the same time, isn't there?
Yes.
The good news is I feel both of these things are going to happen.
Oh.
The good news. I feel
You.
I feel that you'll make them happen. Of course, we have free will, but I mean, I can see it feels very, very good to me, and I feel you've got a grandmother in the spirit who's delighted in what you're doing, and it was a very kind lady who looked after you. You looked after her. She looked after you. I got to feel that she's a very tactile lady. I want to say she liked the dogs too. I want to say as well, because I feel there's that there, and the horse when she was young. And she's saying to keep keep on. You're doing well. The life is not looking too bad for you now. Both of the people in your life are not bad as well. I feel some nice people around you, particularly those that are close to your heart at the moment. There's some lovely people. And I feel that you'll get the place in time. And your work, you'll need more money for that not just the property, but for the business thing as well. You're going to have to watch every single penny. But if you're very careful, it will be successful. Okay, I'll leave it there.
Thank you, Craig. Those were the news I was probably waiting for. Day 8.
So I'm just going to bring in some of the others now. Sorry to cut you off like that, but just a final, just a few. Bring the last who haven't come in. I'm going to bring those that haven't come in. So I'm going to put Suki in, and I'm going to bring in Maya as well. I'm going to have to unmute you both. Unmute. Anybody else not had spoken with me yet? Some of you got bad connection. We need to finish soon, but I'm going to say, how did you two get on? Would you? Let's take Suki first. Did you feel comfortable with the meditation and feel things?
Yes. Hi, Craig. Hi, everyone. I just felt like deep peace, like what I do in my yoga meditation and such. I didn't get a message or names or anything like that. I did see the image of my grandma who's passed, but I don't know if I willed that. So it could be.
Well, actually, when you see a picture of her, that very thought will bring her to you, because I mean that's how thoughts are things, you see, and they help us connect. So don't dismiss it. You don't think, oh, it's imagination. Keep with it, because it might start off as that, and then next thing you know, start to get connected.
She usually comes through. One weird thing, like when Sheila mentioned the eyes with the eyelashes and such, as we were like about to start the meditation, I usually doodle and draw quite a lot, and I usually draw some eyes, and I don't know if you can see.
There we go.
That. So I kind of drew that at
Sheila.
Yeah, wow. It did look like that. Yes, exactly like that. And one eye. And it was driving me nuts because it was one eye. And I was thinking, why? Why one eye?
The other one I started later, but I drew that. I mean, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
I do by it too. Did you write a word? You've written a word by it. Is that anything?
Oh, that's the stuff that everybody else said. Peter, horses. And
stuff.
Okay.
You thought you picked up the words.
So I don't know. That's weird. I've seen Sheila a couple of times, and I really resonated with her for some reason. I don't know why. It was when
everybody resonates with Sheila.
It was when we were doing the Nadi talks, because I've had my Nadi done. It's brilliant, guys. I would recommend it to everybody.
You had it, through the site.
Yeah, and I've started my pujas and stuff. So it's quite an auspicious time. And when I heard your message, so that's the only thing: the eye, and then grandma, and just peace, a lot of peace in me.
Very.
Can I just say something? I picked up Mahashivratri, which you would understand.
Yeah,
it's important.
Yes,
I don't know why, but it's important. Maybe
I've got my Rudrakshas on today, and I did my Murugan Puja today. And I did my Shiva and Parvati Puja. So
Murugan is the form of Shiva. Murugan is the son of Shiva, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's beautiful, really good.
Well, fascinating. And just finally, let's come down to Maya. How did you get on with the meditation and things?
Well, at first there was a big black cloud as we were just getting started in the sky, like this big rolling black cloud was important. It was rolling. And then I went into tried to get rid of that. Went into the meditation, found it to be absolutely beautiful. I loved how we were floating above the sea of light. That was new to me. The other things were similar to some of the things I do. That was wonderful. And then when we were resting in that light, my mother popped in. She's on the other side. And she said, you can predict the future, because I was thinking about that this morning. I was thinking, well, I think I can do it, but I don't want to put negative vibes out there if there's something negative. Do you know what I mean?
I always fear that. Are we bringing it about? But then, we might be helping prevent it as well.
Yes, that's true. So then I saw this really large naval ship. It was probably like a destroyer or perhaps an aircraft. I don't know much about ships, okay? But it was really large, and I saw it probably from the view of the water, and it was quite gray. I don't know if it was mist clouds or or dust or whatever in the air around it. And it was coming, and then the sea started to roil. It was, the ocean was going like this, almost like it was boiling, and the ship was tossing like this. And then later, the sea goes glassy, and it's reflecting a sunrise. It's lighter red orange at the bottom, and then going up, it's getting darker red orange, and then there's a black cloud in the left corner again. And the ship is still there. But the sea is very calm and glassy at that point. And then I saw a strawberry drop from the sky. Now, it wasn't a real, like a nice, delicious, succulent strawberry. It looked like a strawberry, but it wasn't a fruit strawberry. And it was off the west coast of the US. And I got the word nuclear. And I know. I thought, well, I hope that's just me making things up. And then that was it.
Okay, well, that's interesting, because when we get into the connection with the spirit like this, this is the time. This is when I do my predictions. I usually go into the similar. Sorry, I've got the cough again. It's hot in here as well. I go into a similar sort of state, and open yourself up, sort of expand the consciousness and just let it all happen. And it's a bit like a dream, a bit like, you've done, Suki. You wrote it all down or scribbled things down when you come out, which is kind of important to do, because it can be lost so quickly or misunderstood quickly too, sometimes too, because I get one thing and I think it's got it and I'm not sure if I'm getting this or that. Am I talking about this? And as soon as my mind gets involved, I've lost it. But it's the information that you get. Sometimes I put a recorder in and just talk into a recorder, so that I can capture things. So it can be, but very interesting. And I'm going to say thank you to you. I'm just going to take you off the screens now, guys. Also, sorry to some of you who tried to get in today. I see that we reached maximum numbers very quickly, and a number have come on who's haven't got a good screen resolution or their device is not connected. So sorry I couldn't connect with you as well. But I hope you all found that interesting. And thank you for all the patrons who have joined me today. Those of you who are watching this on YouTube, if you have a look in the description below, you can see how to become a patron. And we don't do these all the time, but I'm going to be introducing a few like this. And I'm going to do these, and I'm going to experiment with doing some different sessions at the studio, so I can have people around the table. We can do a seance and do it like this. So it's getting you used to the idea of being able to connect with me when we do live shows, and we'll do some of them live like this in due course. So I hope you all found it interesting. And those of you again on YouTube, I am now offering sort of one-to-one mentoring sessions where we do things like meditation and you learn tips of mediumship, and I help you to develop your either the mediumship, if that's what you want, or also your spiritual abilities, or just your spiritual, how to connect. I'm teaching all the things I learned from both out of yoga and spiritualism, and when I've been in India and all those type of things. So, and it's just a way to connect. So those are done. You can book them monthly or bi-weekly. Anyway, that's the advert over. And thank you all for joining us. And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody and just do the little end clip, a new little end clip that I made for this.